This is a brutal dictator who came to power in 1982. He came to power the time of Margaret Thatcher. The late Margaret Thatcher, she's gone. We've had 13 prime ministers in the UK and in Uganda. We are still living under the same brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda. That's why today we have called off work to come and let the Prime Minister know that Uganda is bleeding. Uganda needs a strong word from a strong Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. We understand the Prime Minister might be going through difficulties, but you cannot compare what is happening in Uganda as we stand here today. We had sham elections in Uganda in January the 15th of this year. And the so-called elections were rigged and robbed by the brutal dictator for the 7th time, meaning that he's going to rule up to 50 years in power. A simple question for you. Just tell me, which country do you know where we've got a ruler for over 45 years today? That is Museveni of Uganda. And we are calling on the Prime Minister and the UK government to stop the training of the militias from Uganda. Sandhurst is one of them. Sandhurst, the best military academy in the world, is training thugs, murderers, rapists from Uganda. That's the reason why today we are standing in front of 10 Downing Street to send a clear message to our Prime Minister that he should not be training militias from Uganda. We have them, we can name them. One of them is Christopher Damlira, a Sandhurst trained military thug who is the worst, the monster in Uganda today. We are calling the Prime Minister to stop the £1 billion to Uganda every year. We are calling the Prime Minister not to facilitate, not to enable the brutal dictator of Uganda, Museveni, to long stay in power. We want the Prime Minister, we want Mr. Keir Starmer, our Prime Minister, to come out and condemn the abduction in Uganda as we stand, the raping of women in Uganda, the sodomizing of men in Uganda, the torturing of Ugandans, the killing of Ugandans by British-made guns. We are talking about guns made in the UK, being shipped to Uganda to murder Ugandans. We are talking about ammunition from the UK being sent to Uganda to kill Ugandans. We are talking about tear gas made in the UK being sent to Uganda to blind our people who are fighting for change in Uganda. £1 billion, I repeat, goes to Uganda with no accountability. That £1 billion should be helping the homeless brothers and sisters in the UK to have accommodation. Time for winter like now. That £1 billion can be used to help our veterans who feed in the food banker. Some of you don't know what a food bank means. This is where our pensions goes to go and beg food in the food bankers around the country. These are people who have fought for our rights today. These are people who have fought for this country and now they've been forgotten. And the money which is supposed to be helping them goes to help a brutal dictator. The richest bastard in Africa is Museveni with £15 billion under his rule. That is what we got from Museveni. and you hear him talking about protecting our games. Which games? Uganda don't have decent roads. Uganda doesn't have no schools. Uganda doesn't have no hospitals. And the first family from the brutal dictator, they are treated at St. Thomas, half a kilometer from here. But we are talking about 45 billion, which has been spent on this brutal dictator for the last 45 years. We are calling on the UK government to impose sanctions on this brutal dictator Museveni. The UK imposed sanctions on Mugabe of Zimbabwe. We are calling on the same sanctions to face Museveni. Museveni has killed more than Mugabe. Museveni is the problem for Africa and mainly the Great Lakes. Some of you don't know DRC Congo. Museveni is M23 in DRC Congo. Museveni is in Southern Sudan. Museveni is in Central Africa. 1.5 million Hutu people were murdered in Rwanda. We call it a genocide. This was Museveni who facilitated this war, and the UK was funding for this war. We are calling on the UK to stop sending through Museveni to fight the illegal wars around the Great Lakes. The people of the Great Lakes are tired of running. We are the victim of this brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. We are here because of him. We are the victims. The women you see standing with us here, they were tortured, they were raped. Men have been sodomized under this brutal dictator. People power.
Our power.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP. Everywhere. That £1 billion is raping Ugandans. The £1 billion from the UK to Uganda is murdering Ugandans. The arms sent to Uganda is killing Ugandans. Ugandans don't want arms or ammunition. Ugandans want decent hospitals, decent schools, decent roads, not arms. When we talk about the aid from the UK to Uganda, it's arms we are talking about. It's the shipment of arms to Uganda should stop. Is the training of militias from Uganda should stop. Is the £1 billion to Uganda with no accountability should stop. We have our policemen here in the streets of London who are not being well paid. That £1 billion can change their lives to have a decent wage. They look after us. They look after us while we are enjoying with our women and girlfriends and the policemen outside. These are the people who deserve the £1 billion. That £1 billion to Uganda should be stopped. We know the Prime Minister is on a trip to Europe, but the message will reach him today that Ugandans have been demonstrating outside 10 down the street, condemning you of your silence about Uganda. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
Yeah, today we are here. The Prime Minister should know that silence it just helps the dictator to kill more. We here to invite him, if even to wake him up, that Uganda, which has been funded by the UK for the past 45 years to cause chaos, should stop. The funding, if it was done by any ordinary person, today should be going to the prisons. This funding to fund a militia which kills people, which robs our freedom, which robs our dignity. None can stand to support you doing that. It should be criminal by being done by government. It's okay. We're here to call the UK government to stop the funding of these militias, to stop the training of these militias. They are robbing our dignity, our freedom during daytime. And the ministers, when we approach them, they will tell us, oh, those militias are good in Somalia. They are cleaning up Somalia. These are no good answers when Ugandans are being robbed of their land, are being robbed of their dignity. We are being robbed of our brothers and sisters. Others are sodomized. People like Chizabe Besigye is in prison. For what reason? UK is funding all that chaos. People like Mufumbira, our vice presidents, 3 of them are in prison because UK is funding for this mess. It's a pity the UK government, which knows peace well, is funding chaos in Uganda. We are here to call upon the UK, all the ministers, to stop the funding, the defending of these injustices. Even keeping quiet does not help us. For us who are yearning for peace, we are not supported by every time and now and then. For us who are the government yearning for peace in Uganda, which is supported by every time and now and then. The government in Uganda, which is terrorizing Ugandans, terrorizing Congolese, terrorizing South Sudanese, is funded. You've sent money which is not even required. The president of Uganda is having billions stacked up in London and US. This is not a pretty place to be.
No.
The Prime Minister, we're calling upon you today to stop these injustices coming out of your office.
Yes.
Please, the Prime Minister, know that Ugandans are being killed on a daily basis because you are funding, the government is funding, is training. We don't have hospitals because you are funded not for any Uganda not to have your hospitals. You pay people who are doing the wrong things. This should stop. Our being here, we are not invited, but we're here to inform you that keeping silent and doing nothing, you are playing in the hands of the dictator. All the militias you trained from here, they are busy killing our brothers and sisters. They are busy imprisoning our brothers and sisters. They recently concluded the exercise. 3,000 were abducted and they are behind bars. Some we don't know where they are. Last time, 5 years ago, we lost some of them. We've never seen them. We believe the dictator has been funded to feed our brothers and sisters to crocodiles. And it's all funded by the UK government, the US government. How do we know this? It was revealed in the Senate recently that the money from the US is funding Al-Shabaab, is funding all those terrorists, and even government terrorists, like the one we have in Uganda, like Ovini Samson. We hear
here to invite the Prime Minister, the UK Parliament, to stop this foreign aid going to Uganda in the name of supporting Ugandans. They are not supporting Ugandans. You are supporting killers, murderers of Ugandans. That's why we're here. We are testimony that we survived victimhood on that land. Most of these people who are standing before you, they have survived the merciless machine you've trained from Sandhurst. The arms being sent to these guys to fight Al-Shabaab, they are turned on Ugandans. We don't know why the Al-Shabaab does not cease to exist when you send all that machinery, you send it to Uganda. It is there because the moment it's a good PR for the Uganda government. Whenever we talk about the murders they are committing on the streets of Kampala, the ministers here in the UK will come up and just defend what they are doing there. Oh, we cannot talk about them. They are doing good work in Somalia. They are fighting Al-Shabaab. But most of us here, we don't know that Al-Shabaab is a business for the dictator, Mr. Museveni, to keep hanging in there, killing our brothers and sisters.
Yes.
It's a big business when it's involved by the UK, the US, the European Union. This is a business to kill Ugandans, to rob them of their land.
Yes.
Not only Ugandans. What is being done in Uganda is now being done in Tanzania, in Kenya, South Sudan, Congo, Central African Republic, and Rwanda. It should stop. We're here to call the Prime Ministers, the Prime Minister and the UK Parliament to stop this. We know you have the power to stop this. We are here to ask you not to remain silent. Come up, stand on your two legs and call it a day and stop these injustices being carried on our brothers and sisters. We hope to regain our dignity and freedom the moment we hear your voice. Thank you very much. People power. Our power. People power. Our power. Here are the audience and the people that are passing around here. This is a group from Uganda. Uganda is living in the United Kingdom. We are here to demonstrate, to tell the Prime Minister of this country that the fundings and whatever support they do with the dictators, mostly in Africa, they should stop it. That we know whatever they do to support those governments, as long as they give them minerals. Whenever they give them minerals, they are ready to support them as long as they stay in power. They don't mind whether they win votes. They don't mind whether they win elections, and that's why we are here. We are also here to tell the Prime Minister and the people in this country that Uganda is not a poor country, but is being made poor by the governments, by the dictators that they support. We are here to tell everyone else, that the dictator that they support, the money that is sent down there in Africa, in Uganda particularly, is the money that is being used to brutalize people, rape women, and nobody says anything. Because these dictators, the presidents which are supported by the British government, have the backing of their sponsors, have the backing of their enablers. So the British government is one of those governments that are doing these things, especially in Uganda, to keep the dictator, the junta in power for their own interests. We are here to tell the Prime Minister that we know, everybody knows, and if everybody knows, we have to tell you that you have to act right now and today. We are here to tell you that the group of us are representing the majority that have not made it here, that we wish to go back to our countries, but because you support the juntas and you support the governments that are illegitimate, that's why we cannot go back up to our country. We are here to tell you that Uganda it's just had elections on January the 15th, and the legitimate elected president of Uganda is Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi, aka Bobby Wine. The European Union has acknowledged this. The United States did this. They made a statement publicly. And Russia, as usual, is the only government that has congratulated the junta. However, the Prime Minister of this country and his government has not come out to make a public statement regarding such elections. We know where you lie. We know what you want to say. We know you want to call the junta behind the curtains and have discussion and have businesses. You discuss with the junta and you say, okay, as long as you give us minerals, especially gold and titanium, which is in plenty in Uganda, we will have you in the government. We will have you. But the people power in Uganda has rejected this. The people power in the country has rejected this. We are saying no. We are saying enough is enough. We are saying no. We are no longer taking this. We are saying no. You should come out and declare as President Kyagulanyi, Robert Sentamu Bobby Wine, as the legitimate leader.
Yes.
The British ambassador in Uganda, Lisa Chesley, has kept quiet. She should be the one telling this country, the prime ministers and all the ministers and Keir Starmer's administration, what transpired during the elections. The internet was turned off and everybody knows that, and who knows what happened in the darkness. Lisa Chesley goes around in 5-star hotel holding meetings, having dinners after dinners with the juntas, as long as she tells you that there is a deal we can make in the country. Lisa Chesley, the ambassador, the British ambassador to Uganda, should be sacked. She has been corrupted. She has corrupt mind. Lisa Chesley has not said anything. How do you make dodgy deals? How do you make deals with the junta's administration when you know exactly that that government is going to lose elections? How do you hold meetings? How do you go shaking hands with the illegitimate government when you know actually they never won the vote? The leader of the opposition, Bobby Wine, who won the elections, is now on the run. But we haven't had any statement made by the British government. We haven't had anything regarding the recent stolen elections from the British government. This is why we are here to tell you that we know the history. We know what you have been doing in Uganda. For the past 40 years, this junta dictator Museveni came to power through a guerrilla war. And if he came through a guerrilla war, who wins elections after elections after elections for 40 years unless they are being supported by especially the British government? No leader has ever won such elections unless they have a foreign package. And in this case, for the case of Uganda, the British government, Keir Starmer now, this is your time. This cannot happen under your nose. And we are not going to accept it. We are telling you that we know the history and we thought that we will accelerate this generation. but it looks like this generation has
No,
not
mulimu ezirimu. Mulimu ezirimu. Mulimu flags that network tuina.
people in the global south. We are saying no, that this generation should graduate from such belief that the global south is like all the lives matter, all human rights matter, all lives actually matter. If you are fighting illegal immigration, if this country is fighting illegal immigration, but you go behind and support the government that are letting people run away, then you are fighting yourself. You are not fighting illegal immigration. Actually, there is no illegal immigration because you're fueling this. You are fueling the illegal immigration. How there can you not go there and tell that government to keep its people in their country? But you go there and make dodgy deals. As I was saying that Ambassador Lisa Chesney, the British ambassador to Uganda, has been corrupted. Her mind is corrupt. She is being corrupted to look the other way and make all the deals that benefit or to the benefit of the British administration or for the British. We are saying that Keir Starmer and plus with your team, come out and make a public formal statement. Come out and want the junta to get out. And say enough is enough, as we have said enough is enough. The Prime Minister, as you are seated there is thousands and thousands of political prisoners in torture chambers now. Men are being raped too. Women are being raped. Even though we say this over and over, it sounds like music to your ears, but it is the reality. The raping of women now. The junta is going around killing people in broad daylight, trying to blackmail the opposition. He has said that the opposition is a terrorist. Actually, the notion that Dictator Museveni is the one helping to fight for security in the region is wrong. That notion is wrong. Actually, Dictator Museveni is the one who is behind all these atrocities in the region. Why do you think all these atrocities have been happening non-stop, year after year? For decades, these atrocities carry on and carry on. And then you continue dealing with such a person claiming that he's fighting to bring security back in the region. He's the master of this. He's the boss of this. He's the founder of this. He's the planner of all atrocities that are happening in the name of fighting terrorists in East Africa. Dictator Museveni, your man, is the one who trains these terrorists. He plans them to go the other way and attack him. When they attack, he makes a statement and then says, we are fighting terrorists and we need more money. You are being fooled. Keir Starmer, the junta is fooling you. He's taking you for fools. Actually, he's come around now saying that the Europeans, including Britain, are arrogant. Are you really arrogant? Do you want us to believe what the junta has said? Your man, does he know you more than anybody else? Are we saying yes to his statement? We don't know. You tell us. He's made all the statements, but still you are being quiet because you exploit the diplomatic channels and whitewash all his atrocities. You whitewash all this through the diplomatic channels, saying that's not how we're going to engage. Yes, we believe in engaging the juntas. We believe in engaging dictators. We believe in all chances that you have to engage in the junta. But what is engagement all about? You are engaging the junta to make those deals. We are saying enough is enough. We are saying we are not going to stop coming here to tell you that we know all this and this must stop. The illegal migration you're fighting, you cause it yourselves. Stop lying to people. The junta is working hand in hand with Russia. If the junta works hand in hand with Russia, you give him money to fund the 1 billion that you send to Uganda through Lord Poppers, and the Lord who is in charge of the East African affair. He takes this money to Russia, he buys ammunition and arms from Russia, thereby he's sponsoring the war in Ukraine indirectly. You are paying for the death of Ukrainian soldiers because you give money to the junta takes the money to Russia, Russia makes drones with that money to go and kill people in Ukraine. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, do you see the chain really? Are you not that smart to see that the junta has been fooling people for year after year after year, and so many other atrocities? We are only saying what is in the public domain. There is a lot of secrets that he has, also a lot of secret documents and agreements he has signed with all other governments, with all other countries. You know this, Prime Minister, because you are capable and you have the capacity to know what the junta is doing and is dealing with. Prime Minister Keir Starmer, we are calling you today and we are saying that as we have been going around, going to the House of Commons, we've been to the Ministry of Defense, we've been everywhere, that today, if our voices are not heard, we are going to continue coming here. We are going to continue coming here to ask you and to remind you about this. But as we say, we're going to come here to remind you about this. The junta is killing many and many. He has shed a lot of blood. How many more do you want the junta to kill before you can act? How many more? How many more? How much more blood do you want to be shed in Uganda before you can act? The innocent blood that is being shed on a daily basis in Uganda. And Lisa Chesley, the ambassador to Uganda, just looks the other way. There is too much innocent blood being shed in Uganda, day in, day out. But the Prime Minister does not get the true report from Uganda because the ambassador there, Lisa Chesley, goes to hotel, 5-star hotels, having dinners and dinners. Would you call on this? Would you ask the ambassador, Lisa Chesley, in Uganda to give you the true report about what is transpiring in Uganda, about the abuse of human rights in Uganda, about the tortures that are happening on a daily basis on innocent civilians? Keir Starmer, this is just the beginning, but we will be coming back for more. A people power! A people power! Our power!
Thank you. That is our Kenyan who has given that long speech. And I need to add on that long speech from my colleague. This is me as a black man. When I used to grow up in Bayswater, we never used to hear about knife crime in this country. But knife crime is one that has gone up almost 250 times how it used to be in the 80s and 90s. And most of the knife crimes committed in the UK, 95% are committed by black kids. We need to look at the real causes. What are the root causes of knife crime in this country? These are foreigners coming here. They are not being foreigners, but they are real foreigners running away from their country in Africa. They come in here in a different society. Some of them, they think you can walk around with a knife. That is the culture in Somalia and Yemen and other countries around the world. They think moving around with a knife is a cultural identity. While in this country, it's a crime to move with a knife. Why these people are running away from their country to here? Because the UK is supporting those brutal dictators around the world, and they become a problem to the citizens of this country. We need to stop them from coming here. How do we stop them? How do we stop people like me coming to the UK? We need to look at the root causes of why I came to this country. I came to this country to save my life. Because in Uganda, the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda is after our life. We are orphans as you see us here. We are the victim of the system in Uganda. But that system has been created by the UK because they facilitate, they enable, they arm, they train the people who are killing us. All these militias, most of them the monsters in Uganda today, they are Sandhurst-trained militias. And these are the people, these are the monsters. When they go back to Uganda, they are raping women, they are sodomizing men in form of torture. I don't want to believe that in Sandhurst, they train them to torture Ugandans. No. They don't, and I want to be clear on that. But what we are calling on the UK government and our Prime Minister Keir Starmer is to stop the training of militias from Uganda. Because when they are trained in the UK, when they go back to Uganda, the UK has got no hand on them when they behave. And that's why when they go back, they are the officers in the army, they are the commanders in the army, and they are commanding their juniors to torture Ugandans through rape and sodomization. We have to say enough is enough. We have a lot of foreigners in this country because of the UK police around the world. They support the brutal dictators around the world, including Museveni of Uganda. The brutal dictator, if it was been in power for more than 42 years, that cannot be democracy. 42 years in power does not represent democracy anywhere in the world. No human rights. And £1 billion on top of that goes to Uganda every year. And you say you want to say that you are not facilitating our suffering. You are enabling the loan. You are conniving with this man, a monster. You talk about security. If Africa is not safe, UK will not be safe. Because all those foreigners will be flooding the UK. And those criminals who have come of them coming here, some of them are criminals, but they'll get through the loophole. Because when the war comes, the war does not differentiate a criminal, a rapist, and a real person who is running away because of fear of persecution. And this is what the objection in Uganda. The lack of democracy for the last 45 years in Uganda is more than enough. Thank you.
Enough is enough.
Seven must go! Seven must go!
Seven must go.
Seven must go!
Seven must go.
Era kubasooka mbasikizeemu ka volume kubanga bannange don't give up. Don't give up. Tunaatera okukigwa.
Hey, people power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
Hello, everybody. Hello, the passers-by and those who are just hearing or listening to our message for the very first time. We are a group from Uganda who are here to demonstrate against the atrocities, and some of those atrocities you see are painted here on our pictures. We are displaying them, and some of them are on the leaflets. We are the group from Uganda. We are saying to this country, and we are sending the message to everyone around there. I would like to start with thanking the European Union, the European Union Parliament. The European Union Parliament, just a day or 2 days ago, passed a resolution which was won by a very outstanding majority to distance themselves from the junta and side with Bobi Wine, the elected president of the Republic of Uganda. The European Parliament, we thank you so much for that, and we are really very grateful to have you in Uganda. The European Union offices in Uganda, you have nailed it. We as Ugandans are happy, and we shall be working with you in the new Uganda. The European Parliament know that whatever you have done and whatever that you be doing and whatever you wish for Uganda, the Ugandan people are very, very happy, and they are very welcome to have you in Uganda. So putting that one side, on the other hand, the British government has not questioned anything with regards to what has transpired in Uganda. We are asking you, the British government, why is it that Bobi Wine, the one who won the election, is in hiding? Have you bothered to send a group to Uganda to set up a commission to find out what is happening in Uganda. Why is he in hiding? Why is he hiding and you haven't said anything? The British government, like I say, history will judge you. As history has judged you, we don't want history to continue judging you in a negative way or at a bad footing. We are asking you, the British government, Keir Starmer, to say this and once and for all. Next week, you are going to have the PMQs. You had a bad US ambassador and you sacked him because he had bad history, and you replaced him with Christie, the US ambassador, the British ambassador to the US. You have sacked or you have led other bad people to resign in your government because of the atrocities, the bad atrocities they have committed to the public. Why have you not even bothered maybe a mere sanctioning of the junta's government in Uganda? Why have you continued to work with such a government regardless of whatever atrocities they have committed in Uganda? Regardless of however much cries that are coming here and everywhere is written all over that the people of Uganda are under oppression. The junta in Uganda has publicly oppressed the Uganda, and his son, Afande Bikono, the one you trained, Mohos Afande Bikono. We call him Afande Bikono in Uganda as his nickname. Mohos, whom you trained here in Sandhurst, he is killing people. He came out and made a statement on Twitter that he has so far killed 22 terrorists, and these are the members of the opposition. That the 23rd one is going to be Kabobi, meaning Bobby Wine. The European Union has made all these statements. They have got all these tweets. They have acknowledged the operation that is happening in Uganda. But the British government has kept silent. I've just been reminded that even the United Nations Human Rights Commission has acknowledged the human rights violations that are happening in Uganda. The United Nations Human Rights Commission, we thank you for acknowledging that the people in Uganda are being brutalized. What are we telling the British government? Why do we have to come here and remind the person who says, or you claim to be a very close friend of Uganda? We don't have to come here and remind you. We don't have to ask you to come out and make your statement. This should have been automatic. But because you claim to be democratic at one hand, and the other hand, you are a dictator apologist. You Keir Starmer and the UK government, we are saying that we are going to come back and we will come back down big. We are asking you that you go down on the dictator and press the dictator hard. We are asking you that you actually advise your dictator to come out peacefully and hand over power to the winner, and that is Bobby Wine. If this doesn't happen, I guarantee you people power is going to rise up and take the government, and you, the British government as well, you are going to be, what would I say, you are going to be part of, yes, actually, you are the same people flying together with the junta. I just lost my voice. The British government, I'm also telling you that as I talk now, Bobi Wine's home is turned into a military camp. Bobi Wine's home has been turned into a military camp where they are conducting all their exercises. We are asking you, why have you not said anything? The same Muhoozi, the one you trained, the so-called CEF of Uganda, the son to Junta Museveni, went in Bobi Wine's house, house and assaulted his wife. He put all the videos on Twitter while Bobi Wine's wife is being assaulted, and yet you choose to keep silent. We are not going to keep silent. We are telling you that all this is known, but you are keeping quiet. We are saying that we know all the channels you are making the Doge deals with the junta government, that we, the people of Uganda, will not accept all this. Okay. A people power. A people power. The people who are standing here, we are here as a people from Uganda, sending the message to the public and to the UK government, telling them that they need to act and stop funding the dictator in Uganda. We are saying that everything, that all the atrocities that are being committed in Uganda are being sponsored, are being supported by the British government. The British government sends all the money and facilitates the juntas, the dictators in Africa, and that's why we end up running away. And when we run away, we come to this country, we are called illegal immigrants. But we are saying that we know the British government supports all these juntas. We want to go back home. If we are illegal immigrants, why do you go there and support the junta government, which is oppressing people and committing all atrocities on them so that they can stay in government? We cannot continue to accept this, and we shall not continue to keep or to look the other way and let all this happen. As I conclude, Prime Minister, next week, why don't you put the Ugandan election drama on the order paper in the next PMQs and you discuss it as the European Union has done it? Prime Minister Keir Starmer and the Speaker of Parliament, Lindsay, why don't you put such a topic, or why don't you make this a point on the order paper in Parliament on Wednesday in the PMQs and discuss what could be done to make sure that the junta hands over power to its owners. We don't want the junta to stay in power anymore because we know he lost the vote. We don't want the junta and his people to stay in Uganda and still continue holding people at ransom under the umbrella of democracy. There is no democracy in Uganda, as it has never happened since independence. We are saying, Prime Minister and your cabinet, please come out and make a formal statement and also send a team to the junta to warn him that if he doesn't hand over power, come May, whatever will happen to him. We don't want the US, which has been the first one to acknowledge what happened in Uganda, to be the first one to cut. We wish the British government would come there first. But if you don't want to, the European Union has done it, the United Nations Commission has done it, and the US will come in. We, the Ugandans, we are going to pair up with the people and work with the people who will come there to support us to make sure that there is democracy and a smooth transition of power come May. A people power, our power.
Thank you, Brother Isaac.
People power, our power. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are a group from Uganda, and we are here to express our disappointment with the UK government led by Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer. For those of you who don't know the history of Uganda, Uganda is a former British colony. 75 years ago was declared a British protectorate, being protected by Britain, which colonized it. And when the former Prime Minister, the war Prime Minister of Winston Churchill, he declared Uganda the Pearl of Africa, meaning that Uganda is a very beautiful country, endowed with beautiful nature, wildlife, sunshine, and all the rest of it. When Zimbabwe, led by the former dictator Robert Mugabe, was up to no good, the UK was quick to jump and slap sanctions on Zimbabwe and Robert Mugabe. As Uganda, we wonder why the UK government is silent. The silence of the UK government is very deafening. We want to hear the UK government call out the dictator of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and his family rule. He has been in power for 45 years, repressing Ugandans, oppressing Ugandans, killing Ugandans, abducting Ugandans, disappearing Ugandans. No wonder you see so many Ugandans end up here in the UK. Not that we want to be here. Obviously, we are very grateful that the UK has given us refuge over here. We want to go back to Uganda, which is our country, a beautiful country. UK has been preaching democracy, has been preaching freedom, all the principles of democracy, freedom of expression, liberty, which all are the principles of a free world. But Uganda is not free. We wonder why the UK does not practice what they preach. They preach all these principles elsewhere. But when it comes to places like Uganda, they look the other way. We want to call upon the UK to stop that, to stop the double standards. If they call upon the dictator of Russia for invading Ukraine, why are they silent when it comes to places like Uganda? They should practice what they preach. They should hold every country the same as they do. We want to enjoy the principles of democracy, freedom of expression and liberty to choose the leaders that we want to lead us. Therefore, we call upon the UK government and Sir Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the UK, to call out and to stand on those principles of democracy. People power, our power.
Thank you, man. Yes, Canyon Desmond. Before Canyon Desmond come, Canyon Desmond, before guys you leave who are going to work, we are going to send a message to to the president, wishing him a happy birthday, and our canyon is going to lead the prayers first before he gives a speech.
Forgive me, I have a cold, so I will shout at the top of my voice. Let us pray. Let us pray for our country, Uganda. But before we do that, I just want us to sing the national anthem of Uganda together in the UK. But let's sing our country first. Let's remember Uganda first, then UK later. Let us pray. Oh, UK first.
President is watching. President is watching. Okay, let us pray. We've just been listening to the Uganda national anthem, and God save the King. And Uganda, the first word starts with, "Oh Uganda, may God